This is the nature of things. The Earth is home to a wonderful diversity of living things. Sometimes they can seem completely alien, at other times like a reflection of ourselves. Is it possible that these creatures really feel emotions like ours? That they love and hope, that they think? The latest research into the inner lives of our fellow animals is transforming how we see them, and even how we see ourselves.
We can see very small-brained animals are quite capable of doing some pretty complex thinking.
We tend to assume that these Anoles lizards, like other reptiles, have limited brain power and relatively fixed behaviors. But here at Duke University, Professor Manuel Leal has shown that these lizards have more going on than we ever imagined.
We know a lot about things like birds and mammals, but we know very little about lizards. So we designed a relatively simple experiment. And the experiment's simple, in which we use a piece of wood, in which we drain 2 holes, and one of these holes was charged with a worm.
After the worm is placed in one of the holes, they are plugged with brightly colored covers. The next step is to make sure that color is the only clue to where the prize is hidden.
And once they make a decision, they will flip either this disc or that disc. If they flip the correct disc, then they actually get a worm.
Their first challenge is to learn to hunt in these unusual conditions. Once they've mastered this winning strategy, they'll tend to go directly for the correct color. But what happens when the rules change? Can the lizard adapt?
Once they seem to have developed an association with a given color, then we trick them. So now the one that used to have a worm doesn't have a worm anymore, and the one that was previously empty now has a worm. This is what is called